Hello, welcome to Silver Stitches. My name is Julie here on FlossTube. This is a cross stitch channel on YouTube. Welcome. Okay, so today is a little bit different because I can't really tell you what I worked on because I don't really remember, because by the time I decided that I wanted to switch all my plans around, I deleted everything and I can't remember what I worked on. So, here we go. I am drinking something with whipped cream. I have a water bottle here. Something is just coffee. It just has whipped cream on top of it. A water bottle full of water. So, I woke up this morning with an ear infection of some kind. I'm just going to wait it out and see how it goes. I don't know what the situation is. I've never had an ear infection, so everything just sounds funny. Okay, so I am going to do a few things because I didn't yet, and I don't want the phone to die because I don't think it's going to die, but anything's possible. And I'm going to... This is very squishy now for some reason. Okay. That's one. All right, and I'm going to turn on my tablet because that's the quintessential of the whole day today. I planned, but I didn't plan. I planned so that I was ready to film, but I wasn't planning that I was actually gonna do anything to film. Okay. Which I have a 3-ended cord here. It's this one. $20 says it's not going to be the right size. Like, not the right size, but not the right way it goes in. You all owe me $20. Okay. Here we go. I have found all of my cross-stitch pieces. Okay, first of all. Secondly, I decided to go out a whole new venture, a whole new window. Break my WIPs up into... So overall I have 56 WIPs that are currently actually active. Whether I want to work on them or not, 56. So I have 4 different categories that I am playing games for. So here we go. We're going to sort them out because the current method, the current way, it's currently sorted as of yesterday's. I found 3 more WIPs that I thought I should put in there because, you know, all WIPs are created equal when rotating through these things. So, I redid my whole thing this morning. Same games, just different WIPs out of the 56. Some of them are... I'll tell you now. How many? There are... plus 3. There are 33 paper WIPs, so paper charts. And there are 25 digital charts. So, we are going to start with a red bag because that's what the color of the thing is. So, red bag is this one. I have everything color sorted so that it's way easier. But what's in here is not what needs to be in here. So, let's figure out what needs to be in here. I'm going to go through my whole thing and pull out all of the different WIPs that need to be. This could take a while. Just so get a coffee. I'll pause. Alright. Do any of these things need to be in there? No, right? What's this? Wow. Beginner fairies. Okay. Beginner seashell. This is beginner seashell. Okay. It stayed. That I don't think did stay. So... Plus, then you help me get me organized for, you know, life. Okay, so buttercup. Okay, so instead of just putting it in the bags, let's show everybody. All right, so I'm going to go into, like I said, organized but not organized. Today is October 7th, by the way. Happy Tuesday. I think today is the day that I'm going to be filming because it just makes more sense. Things have calmed down in all aspects of everything, so VMUCA. So this is my first one. This is not going to work out if I have to... Oh, man. Plug in, plug out, plug in, plug out. All right, so this is Mini Beginner Seashell, a chart by Heaven and Earth Design. I don't think I have to do that many more times. The unclick. Oh, I have to do it at least one more time. Okay. Okay, anyways. Okay, so Mini Beginner Seashell. This is for temperature stitching, so last digit ending in, okay? So I'm just getting the bag ready. So last digit ending in temperature stitching, Mini Beginner Seashell. Currently, I have no stats, but currently looks like this. Yep. So every time the number gets called, it's going to be 100 stitches on said project for each temperature. I am only going to end up doing Monday to Friday temperatures instead of the full 7 days because, as you're going to see, I have a lot of stuff. Okay, so that was first up. Buttercup. I think I ended up putting Buttercup in one of the other bags because it was originally called something else at one point. This is where the fantastic memory is going to come in. It is not that bag. Nope. Is it this bag? We're going to play a lot. Oh, but this one has a see-through front, so no, it's not that bag. Is it this bag? It's going to be a whole lot of this, by the way, just so everybody's aware. So if you're not up for it, then you can just tune into my next regular video because we're going through the stuff. No. I thought I had. Did it end up back in here? So Buttercup, while we search, Buttercup is a chart by Nora Corbett. It is, Swallowtail. There it is. Alright, so Buttercup is by Nora Corbett, and we're going to put that back up there for now. If I have the cover photo, which I'm pretty sure I still do. The cats have, of course, gotten to the actual paper, but the actual chart is absolutely fine. And it's on a platinum or titanium piece of fabric, and I still need to mark the top. I think we were... I think we were working that. I think. Sounds great. There we go. That's all I have. Sorry about the shadows today. Like I said, oh, I didn't say. It's raining, but right now it's sunny out, so who knows? Anyway, that's where we're at. And if I sound funny, it's because of my ear. Otherwise, I sound absolutely normal. It is an interesting prospect, though. Okay, so that's 2 out of the 10. That's not necessarily the second one. It's just the second one on the alphabetical list. All right, Hidden Disability Sunflower. Oh boy. Yep, this could be fun today. You'd think I'd be a little bit more organized, but no. That's okay. Real life, people. Did I even add... So, here's the deal. I just realized I didn't have Fractal 53 in here. X So what we're going to do, everybody, is just add it to the list, do it next time. It'll be part of the next time list. Okay, fractal. Nope. There we go. Okay, sorry. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, so, again, organized but not organized. Hopefully, as the WIPs go down, I will get a little bit more organized. This is a free chart by a random stitcher. Her name is Lorna, and this is how this goes. I am in the middle of, I will show you the mock-up when I get my phone loaded, because clearly I wanted to film, but I wasn't ready at all. So this is going to be done fairly quickly, but at the same point, it's done on a 14 count Aida that I just randomly, it's like a cream Aida. It's from a dimensions kit that I didn't end up finishing / starting. I just wanted it for the Aida. There was one point at a local dollar store that the dimensions charts were there for like $4, and I was like, swipe. I don't know the story for the dimensions charts, but anyway, they were there, so I picked all of them up regardless of whether I wanted to stitch on them or not. That is part of where the symbol of that green swirly icon comes from, because I did not want to stitch the green swirls. Okay. Where is the, there it is. View mock-up. Alright, so this is what it's going to end up looking like. I did choose my own colors because, can you kind of see it? There we go. I did choose my own colors because I either didn't have the colors listed or such, so this will go in there. Alright, Forever is an Alessandra Adelaide piece. Holy Charlotte. Good grief. Alright, and it's going to be easy to find if I can find it because it is black. Oh, Forever. Alright, so Forever. Look at all those fantastic colors. It's on a black piece of 14 count Aida, 16 count Aida, 15, 16. I feel like it's 16 because I wanted to be a little bit smaller. So this is what it's going to look like. And this might be parts and parts and parts and parts. And this is where we're at. I think it goes this way. I think I finished that one first. Okay. So the problem with symmetrical charts is that they look the same either way. Alright, so here we go. That's where we're at for that one. That is also a temperature piece. So every time it gets called, I'm not sure how often I'm going to change them out after 500, or after 5 turns, after 10 turns. I think it's going to be a feeling thing. Like, I'm done working on this now. I don't want to work on this anymore. But at least I put in X amount of stitches. Alright. The Flox box. How did I decide that? This is totally not part of that. But this is part of purple. This is part of something else. I don't know why I decided to choose Forever. But at least I have it here now. And you have already seen it, so we don't need to do that again. Oh boy. Okay. We're looking for beds, not purples. Okay, Floxbox. Floxbox is by Ink Circles. I keep going to that one first, and I already know it's not in there. Floxbox is by Ink Circles, and Ink Circles, at one point, was putting designs into cross-stitch and needlework back in 2012. So this is from May 2012. Floxbox, Ink Circles. I am doing it on a 14 count something or other with white Ada with a random colorway that I don't know if I'll be able to get anymore because DMC decided to discontinue some things, but I have lots. So that's Simon if you don't know him. And here's where, oh geez, why am I so, here's where we're at for that. I'm going to just double check to see in my next frame if, like in my next time I film, if I am filming in full screen or not, because this doesn't seem right. Anyways, we'll see how that goes. But I am keeping this clip no matter what, because it is so awkward it seems. Okay, Fluxbox in the thing. And then I'll let you know in another video coming up what I'm actually going to be working on, because these are just all of the projects that will go in all of the different bags. Alright, QS Butterfly 2. This is by... This is also... Where did the phone go? Where did the... And I can't lose these. These are like... This is gold, because if it is discontinued, then... Oh boy. Alright. QS Butterfly 2 is by Ching Chu Kiwik, I think. I should be looking for it instead of the mock-up of it. Okay, so this is QS Butterfly 2. And... Was I right? Yeah, Ching Chu Kiwik. I don't know. That's how... Can you see that? Ching... Anyway. Yep. You know what it looks like, and then you just have to think, where is it? But yes, it does get easier, because I've kind of already looked through all of the bags once already. So, in theory... Nope. What I should have done before all of this... nope. Is gone through and said, I don't need that one because that one is definitely not... Sorry, Simon. Chances are it's going to be in the last one I pick up because, you know, Murphy's Law. Nope. Nope. Just as abstract tulip, right? Yeah. So I have 2 or 3 that look just like this that are all folded up, and anyway, this is the one we're currently working on. Okay, get in here. Which I need to put that. No, right? Oh, bananas. Okay, pause. Hold on. There's time to watch me look for stuff, and then it's chaos. Hold up. Told you. Just had to slow down. Slow down and think about it. All right. There's a saying on the ADHD world's attention deficit hyperactive disorder world that slow is fast and fast is slow. Fast is definitely slow. Alright, this goes in this bag. Alright, that is QS, Fluxbox, QS. Alright, and then the QS Red Maple Fairy, which was a new start, and I'm going to have to do it on the tablet. I am filming, okay. Tablet, go back. QS Red Maple Fairy. This is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and that's this one. I just started it, so it is a new start. I think I only have 200 and some stitches in it, but started nonetheless. I think normally on a normal Tuesday I would be already filming by now. Like I would have already finished filming by now because it's already, I don't know, like 10:30. But because I was feeling so, I don't know what that word is, not well, I guess. This ear thing is, okay, go back to the, okay, QS Red Maple Fairy is maybe in this one. Nope. It's on that fancy fabric. It's on the fancy fabric that doesn't feel like Ada. Alright, because this is my multiple choice fabric, and look how many things I've tried to want to start on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 right there. 5, 6. I have tried to start 6 things on this fabric, none of which I have absolutely loved. So here's hoping for for QS Red Maple Fairy to start. Anyways, this is the start. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but one diagonal of 20 done. Check. All right, that goes in here. So I'm not working on all of these this week. I'm only working on 5 of them this week, but I do have 10 to choose from. And I am going to keep them all in the same bag just so that life is less confusing for the next video. So I was filming, I was getting ready to film, I was getting everything ready. I just quickly popped on Facebook for a second. Siski says, "Hey, how about this?" I was like, oh, I can do that. And I said, wait, no, I already have 4 big things going on. I'm not taking on anything else. All right, seahorses, I know for sure is down here. Okay, well that's a false statement because I didn't know if it was for sure down here, but it's not. Of course it's not. The seahorses. Oh, but snail will be, and I will need snail, and I will need mushroom house. Uchka. Come on. I will put those in there, and I will put this in there, and this in there because I will need that, and then I will not have to bend over anymore, I don't think. Whew, look at that sun. Alright. And that is it for that bag. So I will not have to lean down there anymore. Okay. So then I go into the bathroom and I'm going through, so I had a surgery in, I didn't go to the bathroom. I walked into the bathroom, just to clarify. I looked at myself in the mirror and this massive white hair was like, Pidoo! I was like, how did that grow in like 3 seconds that I didn't see it last time for? I just moved around my hair and it was fine. It didn't need to do anything. Oh, goodness. Anyways, okay, what are we looking for? Seahorses. Seahorses. This is the bag that I'm putting the new stuff in, so that's not going to be in there. Seahorses. Nope, 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 nope. Next. It's a plastic bag. Nope. Nope. And Murphy's Law says, or whatever says, it's in this bag. In theory, it's not. Seahorses. Seahorses is by Mill Hill. And that means it must be in here. Okay. Because this is also filled with non-full coverage. Okay. Is that it? Yes. Told you. Told you I knew where it was. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, this is what it's kept in. Seahorses is on a regular piece of 14 count Ada, not the perforated paper. It's on, I don't know what they call it, aqua maybe? Anyway, I will show that after. This is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Seahorses. And this is where we're at. I am attempting, to stitch, I guess, block by block down, and it is relatively working. I have all the hanging threads because I don't want to waste the threads, but that's where we're at. It is going to be full coverage with beads. Beads, scariest word ever in this household, but that's okay. I've only ever successfully beaded one thing, and that was at the trailer because Skitters was not there. Anyway. That can go in there because this is the temperature bag. Next is there a next? Next is Staying Alive. This is by a company that, or a designer that I found on Etsy. I'm not sure if they're still there. This is what it's going to look like, and it's on a black background, so you're gonna have to imagine the, mock-up on a black background, but it's going to be looking like that. And I saw it. I really did. This actually can go somewhere else because this is not going to be in the situation this week at all. Okay. This can go in there in the full coverage one. Okay. And I know you've seen it because I show it almost every week, but for now, at least, it's not going to be there. Okay. Where? Maybe I just checked this bag, didn't I? Yeah. In that bag, in this bag. So this is all the pre-sorted stuff from yesterday when I had planned out my whole ordeal. Staying Alive is just started. I think it's like 25 stitches that I have put into this. Not even 15 maybe, but it's still a start. So this is where I'm at. This is one that's going to come out this week. I know that for sure because I remember, but past that, no idea. I was thinking that all of my videos lately have been so short that I'm like, the people need a long one regardless of what it's going to be about, and see how the world is crazy. So James and I have finally realized that if I work at Toppers on Monday and Tuesday, we don't do anything else. So I work Toppers Monday, Tuesday, and then I help him with whatever else needs to be helped with for the grass and the landscaping and all of that stuff on Wednesday and Thursdays. That's the deal. So now I know that Tuesday morning, because I work on Tuesdays, is always going to be free. I don't have to do anything. I can just get up, have a coffee, do all the things. All right, so Staying Alive. Why did I put it back in there? It has to go into that bag, Julie. Some days. All right. The last one. Not the last one. Okay. 2 more. So the next one then is Steampunk Portal. This is a design by Heaven and Earth Design, and I will see if I can get the full picture. If not, then you can see the mock-up of the non-full picture. Nope. Most of you know what it is, because most of you are attempting to do one of them at least. Is it in my pictures? I think it's in my pictures. Hold up. Because I'm no longer using this phone, so this phone is the phone that I'm grabbing things from, and so I was using it full-time at one point, but where? I think it's the bottom. Scroll up from the top, at least, is, a better chance. There are so many things that I had hopes and dreams of for, oh, there it is. There we go. So, Steampunk Portal. This is by L&L Design. I think that's what they ended up calling themselves. It was the two admins that are running the Sal. They cropped a whole lot of the different... Anyway, here we are. 5,200, I think, is the actual number right now, if I can remember correctly. 5,200 stitches. done and done. This can go in there. And then there's one last thing, because, you know, everybody needs another one. One last thing is... it is going to be White Mandala 3. But... No. White Mandala 3 is... We're going to take a break after this, because then I'm going to clean up, put all of those things away, and then only deal with what I have to deal with soon. Okay, hold up. Where is this? View mock-up. Can you see it? The last time I filmed and did this, you couldn't really see the mock-up of it. I'm sorry. Okay. Where is it, though? Aha. This is also using a variegated thread that I think I'm going to have enough of if they decided that they wanted to cut it off. This one I know for sure is 4505. That's the one I'm using. It is a green to purple and a little bit of green to purple. Green to purple, there we go. This is done on a fiddler's cloth, I think. 14 count fiddler's cloth, and this is where we're at for that one. So I'm just going around the top now and doing the next loop around the design. And that is that. That is that for the temperature stitching. So temperature stitching, so 5 days a week, if I didn't say this at the beginning, because I was a little more at the beginning. So temperature stitching is every day. I've already looked ahead at the temperatures. So every day from Monday to Friday, Monday because it's already Tuesday, but life happens. So Monday to Friday, I find the high temperatures and stitch whatever the last digit is for 100 stitches. So, or the only digit, or whatever, because now we're finally starting to cool down again. So we're not going to get to single digit temperatures yet, but we're definitely on the track to get to the teens, because I live in Canada. So it's cooling down again. So I think today's high is 21, but after this, it's like 15, 12, 18, you know, better. Not October weather, but definitely better weather. Okay, so I'm going to stop there and put this away somewhere and maybe resort a little bit better so that I'm going to be able to get my next ones in less than 32 minutes, because the next one up is the train game, and that also has 8 WIPs. Yeah, 8 WIPs. So, okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I think the screen, is okay. I don't really know, and I'm going to post it regardless of whether it's not okay or not. So, I got everything organized for this time, so it's not going to be as chaos as last time. So this is the bag that it's all going in. This is going to be for the train game. I'm bringing the train game back, and I'm going to tell you how, at the end, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to get through all of the WIPs. So don't worry about it. Not don't worry about it, but you know, we'll get there when we get there. Okay. So, and I also added a new WIP in, because I found another one that I was like, oh, I didn't have that in there. And this was not categorized alphabetically as much as I thought, because I called it fuchsia butterfly instead of butterfly fuchsia. Anyways, life happens. Okay, so we're going to start out with all of the green projects. So the green projects, there are 10 of them. There are 8 of them. They're all here. So let's just go through the list. So I need to finish Snail. So this is Snail. It is a Mill Hill Little Kit. And Snail is currently looking like so close to beating, I think. So I don't know when I'm going to get to do him, but he's in the current rotation that we're doing for the first round. So we'll see how that goes. Good enough. Okay. Yes, this is where we're at. So his stitches are almost done. I have a little bit more on his, I guess that's his tail. And then everything else is beads. So I think he's only called for like something like 50 right now. Train. Go to the train. Snail, it's for 50. Yeah, so 50 stitches or a few stitches left and the rest in beads. I don't know, but it's little, so I don't have to worry about any kind of thing holding on to it. Meaning Q-snap or Nerd Shoe or, you know, those things. Alright. That is on a perforated paper, by the way. Okay, that is in the bag. Next on top is Ornament Dragon. This is by Lisa Parker. Heaven and Earth Designs. And that will look like this. Ooh, everything is washed out, but you know, that's okay. It's because I have my screen on bright or something, probably. Or some kind of something like that. I don't have any stats, but I know you guys all saw this in the last video or the last few videos. So that's that. That's where we're at. And maybe I'll be able to take a screenshot from all of these things and use them as before and after pictures. That could be a cool thing. Alright, the next thing on the list is a new start. I'm sure I showed you in the last video, but a relatively new start. I'm going to have to not insert a picture because I have it here. This is Moon Witch by Artisy. There it is. That's this. I saw, I don't know how to say it, Breezebird. I know you know who I'm probably talking about on Instagram, and she started it, and it's fantastic. I love how she sets up her, I'll link the name here because I know that's probably not the right name, but yep, here I go. This is where we're at. This is on a 14 count piece of massive Aida. Alright, and this is where we're at. So, you can kind of get the lighting right. There we go. See, this is kind of like a WIP parade because I wasn't planning on doing a WIP parade, but here we are. Alright, next on the pile is Little Dove's Year by Little Dove Cross Stitch. Up, 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 up. Yeah, Little Dove's Ear. So I'm not doing this on a white. I'm doing this now on a light blue, and I'm restarting it. So I have restarted it. On an ice blue Aida. I've currently had other projects on it, but you know, time will tell when I get there. So I think I've put in 100 stitches, and here we go. Is that? Yep. And I did pick up more of the 3810, so I can continue. But we're going to restart the whole thing because, honestly, this is something that I worked on since you last saw me. OMK. Alright, here we go. Okay, next up on the list is Butterfly Fuchsia, not Fuchsia Butterfly. So this is a full coverage with beads kit. I've off and on worked on it for a long time. I finally got a bag, a Ziploc bag, and this is where we're at. So I'm just slowly working down my second wing, and then I have the stems, the antennas, and then I have a full background of coverage. But in all reality, I'm going to see how I feel and maybe just leave it like that without the full, even though it looks beautiful. This has been a very long-term project. We'll see how it goes when I get there. I don't know. Thoughts? Alright, so a second mill hill, third mill hill actually, I guess, in this section. so how I decided all of these different, what the different projects were, I put everything on a wheel, minus, you know, the 4 or 5 that I've since then put, but spin, deselect, you know, because it goes away after, I can get it to go away after it comes up as a spin, so that's what I did. So spinned, I spun it, and then it went away, and then I spun it, and then it went away, and so it wouldn't spin twice. This is coffee cups. This is a relatively new, not new timeline start, but I don't have a lot done on it. Oh, jeez. And clearly, I have not worked on it very much because my thread still looks like it's almost not even touched. Okay. So, it is on a brown Ada, and I know that I'm going to have to do something about it because, not something about it, but I might change the fabric because I've mixed up on the white stitches here. I wasn't paying attention and I was not counting properly, and anyway, so you're going to be able to see it once more things come in around, but that's currently where it's at because I started that while I was recovering at my mom's house for those 10 days, and so I was still a little not great, I should say. Not all stabilized and stuff. Alright. That goes in the bag. There is one thing that I'm sure that you're all going to be super excited about because I was kind of super excited when it came up because I haven't worked on it in about 1.5 years, and it wasn't a timeout. I'm not going to lie, that's not this. This is also was in a timeout, but I'm bringing it back because I'm going to end up ripping out part of it, and then this is Never Quit by Stitchery Stitch on Etsy. And I know some of these, you know, screenshots are not great. I understand that. Okay. But I'm going to end up ripping out, this is on a blue Ada, I'm going to end up ripping out all of these things that I thought was a great plan, but it was not in the end. I just wanted to make sure that I could get to the end without it being so close. So that's the end on one side, this is the end on the other side. But, sorry, I'm going to rip out all of this because this isn't going to line up eventually with this bottom part. I have counted and counted and counted and counted and counted and counted. It's not lining up, and it's not me, it's just not lining up. I can't figure out where on the chart that it doesn't work out because it doesn't make sense that it doesn't work out. It's fine. It'll be frogged. At least that bottom row of stitches, and it's just frustrating because I think I half stitched over to the end and then brought it all the way back, so the end is not at that end, if you know what I mean. Alright, last but not least for this section, because this has been a great work in progress for quite a few years. This was my first project where I used specialty threads. This was before Roxy Floss Co. This is Praiseworthy Stitches Simple Gifts Christmas. I've been working on this for a very long time too, and I will show you where I'm at. This is also my first specialty fabric other than Ada. So I took the leap. This is Picture This Plus Fog in, of course I don't actually have the writing on the bag anymore for some reason, but I think it is Fog 32, well I know it's Fog, but I think it's, I don't know, 28 or 32, but here we are. This is where we're at for that one. And I put this in timeout last Christmas, 2 Christmases ago, because this over here, this little stepping is not correct. I don't know where it's not correct, but it's not correct, and I was not with the current right light and the current visual aids to use to benefit me, so it was not happening. But I do love the fabric. I do love working on it, but I just was at a point where I was like, I can't. Nope, nope, nope. So this is all using fancy Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts. In the called for colors. I didn't do the DMCs. Alright, that is that session. That was only 12 minutes. See? 12 minutes, 30 minutes, but I did do an intro, but it was very, very lost. Alright, I'm going to pause there. I'm going to go and put this away and resort out my next bag. So the train game. Are you ready? The clouds are coming back. So the train game is, I think I have it here. Hold, hold please, just one moment. We're not ready to talk about train games yet. So the train game is, after I put all of this back into where it belongs, the train game is based off of the cards from Ticket to Ride. Not the tokens, but the cards. So I'm not using the board, although I do. Something tells me I should have put this one in first. Okay, there we go. So zip, you're done. You're done. You can go. Where did I put the red bag? Any ideas? Okay. Okay, so Ticket to Ride is a game that primarily is played on a board. Julie decided not to play it on the board because the board takes up space. But what I'm doing is in this bag, there should be my, yep, Okay, so in here, in my little accoutrement stuff that I need to stitch with bag, I put in my Ticket to Ride cards. So I have the cards that say, you know, I'm not even paying attention to where they're going. I'm paying attention to this number down here. So this is worth 60 stitches, okay? And there's, somewhere in here, there are train cards. So there's a purple train. Oh, bananas. I know what I did. Okay, that's the orange train. The green train, the blue train, the yellow train, the white train, although that kind of looks purple, but that's white, red train. There's also a multicolored train, like a random train, but I'm not using it this time. And I don't know if it's going to be or just another black train. Nope, that's it. Okay, so what I did is I put them all down and I randomly picked up these cards. And it said, oh, okay, if I picked, I didn't, I might have, but if I picked up this card, it would have been 40, 40 stitches. So 40 stitches. Okay, never mind. 40 stitches on the example purple train. So each train has a work in progress designated to it. Now I'm going to clean all these up before I lose them, and I'm going to have to go figure out where that one fell on the ground. So I have pulled for this week, and I am going to, or this round of stitching, I am going to again tell you how I do it at the end. How I'm going to get through all my WIPs of the week. Because that's what I'm calling them. WIPs of the week, even though there's going to be however many there are. Alright, so that is that. I'm going to pause, go down, get that card, resort my next thing, and get right back to you. Hold please. Okay, here we go. Simon's still sleeping. It's only about a few minutes later. We're going to put the next works in progress in this one. This is my snail bag, and the next topic or game or whatever you want to call it is stitch to 500. Just because, you know, why not? Anyway, so that's going to be one WIP until I get it to 500, and I'm again going to show you at the end how I'm going to do that. But first we're going to start out. This was all random, not planned at all. I just spun the wheel, and if it came up with that WIP, then there we go. So this is Angel's Wings by Joy Sunday, and I could do this as a non-stamped kit because it gave me the chart, but I am working on it as a stamped kit. I have worked on up in her hair, just up here, so the 500 is going to get me far. So I do have a clicker, a counter, I mean, to be able to figure out how many stitches I have done in the non-digital, in the non-pattern keeper charts. On the paper copies, there, that's what I'm trying to say. Here, color, you get out, you come in. I'm trying to keep everything together in this kit so that, you know, I'll know where it is. Anyways, so that is the first one up. That's not what I'm working on this week, thank goodness. But that is part of the stitch to 500. I'm gonna have to open up you know when thread bits get stuck in the zippers? See, I'm learning, putting the big project in first so that I don't have to stuff it in with everything else later. Is it even going to fit in here? I have no idea. But everything else is smaller, so at least that was a close fit. Okay, next. This is, you probably all know, Christmas Gnomes by Box and Fox. Alright, so that's that. Christmas Gnomes. See, look, they all have noses. Alright. And just a random 14 count Ada. And I think I did work on this again since I last showed you. Yeah, I did all of this. I think it was 100 stitches or 200 stitches, or I don't even remember. But anyways, this is where we're at, right? I really want shadows, man. The shadows today. Alright, so that is another stitch to 500. So again, I'll let you know how I'm going to do these stitch to 500 so it's not so overwhelming, because, oh my goodness. Alright, next up is Mini Dragon in the Morning. This is by Randall Spangler, by Heaven and Earth Design. You think you know where things are. Okay. View as mock-up. There we go. And it's going to take a little bit of practice because it's a big piece, but just like every week, we get it done. Okay, so this is the third week in a row that Simon has decided to join us in the video. Even if he's not really participating, that's okay too. I think over time, this is me sitting on the couch all the way back. Goodness. Okay, so over time, he has realized that Mommy and Daddy go away for a lot during the summer. It's a lot. And so when we're home, like now in the fall, he's like, I can't get enough of you, Mom. Anyway, okay, here we are. That's that. And again, I worked on this again since you last saw it. So I put in a few more stitches on that side. Alright, next is the one I will be working on this week because that's what was previously spun. Alright, This is Galaxy Gazing, and I'm going to have to insert a picture here because I don't have it on any other device. The cropped version at least. I put in another... I did work on this again as well. So this is kind of like an update video, but not. Alright, and I made it to 600 stitches. So here we are with that one. My goal for this is to get it done by April 2029. So out of the 28,000 stitches, it's going to take me, I don't know, 21 stitches a day or something. So if I randomly, I might just keep this one in as an ongoing and switch everything else out once I get to the 500. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how I'm going to flip through all of the things yet, but I think this one's going to stay in to the stitch to 500 so that it continues to get progress. This bag might not be big enough. Apparently not all bags are created equal, especially when you have the... Alright, the next one up for this category, stitch to 500, is Pokemon Starters. This is by Cross and Floss. Pokemon. This is something that we have not watched in a very long time. Oh, I have to view PDF because it doesn't like loading into Pattern Keeper. Every time I say that. Okay, here we go. So this is Pokemon Starters by Cross and Floss. No, by... Produced by Cross and Floss, yes. It was on Etsy in 2023, so I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's still there, but this is where we're at for that one. Whoosh. Nope. Try again. Because I am slowly making my way to working into the middle, right into the halfway mark. So it's good enough. There we go. That's better. All right, so did not work again on this, I don't think. Not since you last saw it. Because, right, we were talking about groupie the last time you saw it. Okay. Good enough. Alright. That's it for this. That's good because this bag is done. It is done. Okay, so that is good enough. This is now needs to close. Okay, so I took all the thread out of it. Now it needs to close. Close, please. Oh, bananas. Oh, here we go. Whew. All right, that's bag 3. We have one more category left, and I came up with this last night. So that's only 8 minutes. So I'm going to fish through everything and keep you on the video because I'm not doing only an 8-minute clip. Okay. But it's getting easier because I am getting less whips. Do you see how this is going? Okay, so I think doesn't mean I'm still not as lost as before. Okay, so Autumn Fairies. This, okay, before all of that. Fast is slow and slow is fast. Take a drink. Recalibrate. Okay, here we go. Right now, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people, a lot of stitchers are doing the Great British Bake Off, okay? We have one in Canada. I'm doing that one because I don't know where to find the Great British Bake Off, so I found the Great Canadian Bake Off. I'm doing season 4 because that's how backtrack I can do it. So I'm not ruining it for anybody. I'm not, you know, but they just started, I think, doing season 9. I think so. Anyway, so I watch 1 episode a week, and these are the projects. I have 10 participants still because I'm still 1 project a week. And my ear, since I've been talking, is better. It's not better, but it was discharging this morning. So TMI maybe, but is what it is. You're on my channel. Okay, so, and now it's not at least as much, if not at all. So I did have a shower, as you can see, because my hair is nice and, you know, all the things, but, right, was that enough of a break of an intro? Okay. Here we go. So Autumn Fairies. Autumn Fairies is, okay, so I chose 10 projects for the 10 participants. I'll explain it before I get to all of the things. So each week, just like some people already know, there's a last in technical. So they have 3 baking challenges. This was cake week. Okay, so first week, cake week, season 4. So there's a I don't know, get you started bake, I don't know, whatever. And then everybody has all the same ingredients. It's called a technical bake. And then so they have to create the exact same product, but everybody's turns out differently because, you know, you don't actually have a recipe, you just need to figure out how it goes on the fly. And then there's a first in technical, the person that wins that challenge. There's a last in technical, a person that does not win that challenge. Star baker, so overall impressed by the judges essentially. And somebody gets kicked off, so gone. Okay, so what I'm doing is not the numbers anybody else is doing, I don't think, because I can't handle the numbers with everything else that's going on. So last in technical, before all of that, I'm only putting 50 stitches into temperature because I have so much on the go. Did I tell you that? I think I told you 100, but 50. Anyway, you know, an hour and a bit later. Okay, so last in technical. Okay, so the player's number times 10. So this week, the last in technical person's number was 33, so that's 30 stitches. And then that person also got kicked off. So player number times 25. So 3 times 25 is 75. So in total, I will show you again at the end. Anyways, first in technical, the player number times 15, and then the star baker, the player number times 20. Seems to, in theory, be good. We'll see how that goes. But here are the numbers. I mean, here are the projects for everything else. I'm only stitching on up to 4 projects a week because there's only 4 different topics of stitching type. This week's only 3 because the same person was let go as the last in technical. So first up for player 1 is Autumn Fairies. Again, this is all just spun from the wheel. So this is also just a little bit more of a, and that's going to be in a purple bag, and the purple bag is over there, so I did not get it, so it's going to go in afterwards, but here we go. Again, vinyl front, so hopefully everything will fit in. So yes, this is where I am with that one. Player 2, A Christmas Welcome. This is by, I can't tell you that, Reader's Digest, I think. No, I think it's in this. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. It comes in this book. Is it Reader's Digest? But it will have who designed it because they all have different designers. Okay, hold on. I will tell you. Christmas Welcome is by, Claire Crompton. I forgot. Okay, but it came from this book. So this is what it's going to look like in the end. I was able to find blue fabric for it, so it's going to look relatively like that. I am doing all the called for colors, I think. I hope. So, I think I am, yes. Okay, so this is where we're at for that. And I know you guys haven't seen this one in a long time either. Sorry about all the cat fuzz, but I have 3 cats, so that's where we're at for that. Okay, next is Moon Dreams. This is a Drusilla kit. I which I think is in here. I did not get everything ready for this section because I didn't put it on pause. Okay, Moon Dreams. Moon Dreams is, yes, a kit by Lucilla. Maybe I might have to change my bag color for it because I don't think they're all going to fit in here, but we'll see how that goes. That's that. And this is a very old chart again, progress-wise. Well, chart-wise as well, but progress-wise as well. I haven't worked on this in ages, but here we are. We've got part of the bear, and hopefully I stitched, I think, yes, that is of course stitched right because, oh, and I still have said needle. Great, great, good. Anyway, there's that. Yeah, because most of that, so I might just stitch the bear and the moon because I currently don't know any other little people that would want this, so stitch the bear and the moon, and if I have enough space I might put Moon Dreams up on top instead of beside, but that's going to be a long time away, so who knows. Alright, Watching the World Go By, as you all know, is by Lucy Pittaway. It's a retired chart of Heaven and Earth design. Heaven and Earth Designs. Where did it go? There it is. You probably already all know it, but because I show it almost every week. Trying to get it to be. There we go. Light reflecting is so weird. Okay, so here we are. No progress since you last saw it, but this is where we're at. I'm working on that bottom row to try and get all the way across the bottom, and then I'll start. I think I'm going to end up stitching the sheep in last because that's like the main focus part of the whole piece, but we'll see how that goes. Dude, it was way easier just searching for the color in the all WIPs part. Okay. Okay, A is 4. A is 4 is by, first, there it is. A is 4 comes out of this book, and it is this design back here. Again, now I'm not sure who I'm going to give it to, but I'm sure I can find somebody. Or I'll just keep it for myself because it's great. So here we are for that. Again, I'm just going to use my clicker that I have. That border looks really interesting. Oh, because there's a hair on it. Of course there is. Okay, there we go. Let's try that again. Looks a little better. So at one point I was color completing, and then I stopped color completing, and so that's why there's random bits of pink everywhere, because anyways, that's that. Yeah, I'm gonna not use that bag because that bag's not gonna make it. I didn't realize how much big stuff there was in this category. Okay, what are we doing? Purples. Oh, you've already seen this, so I'm not going to show it to you again. This is Forever. That is in the purple category. Autumn Fairies, you've already seen. A Christmas Welcome, you've already seen. Forever, already seen. Moon Dreams, done. Mushroom House. This is the next one I have to continue on that I have mixed up. This is also by Mill Hill. This is also a little one. It's not mixed up, maybe. It's just, I don't like the perforated paper, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, this is Mushroom House. Yep, I was right. Mushroom House. Another ornament. And if I can try and get all of the random, because I was trying to pull it. This is what I don't like about the perforated paper, or any kind of white stitches, I guess. They don't turn out so well. Jeez, they don't turn out so well. Anyway, this is where we're at from Mushroom House. I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to figure out what's going on up there, but c'est la vie. What are we doing? What color are we doing? Purple. I keep looking at the red ones now. Good bananas. Like, but I already showed you Never Quit. Okay. Sleepy Turtle, I think, is one of the last ones. Oh, jeez. I should have put that in first. Come on. So, again, it might be a couple of times only that I have finishes on these little guys. I say little now, but I meant the one for Snail, because he might be done before I even know it, and so we'll have to vote. I'll have to spin again to see what is going on there. And Sleepy Turtle is purple, Sunflower 8, Moonshine Cabin. Oh, there's lots. Okay, so we're not done yet. Okay, so Sleepy Turtle is a design by Tammy Blevins. I found her on Facebook, so I just essentially saved the picture, put it into Pictopat, turned up all of the brightness colors because, as everybody might know, once you put the original artwork into Pictopat, it goes very dark. So that's this Sleepy Turtle. I am doing it on a red 14 count Ada because that's what I had available to me at the time when I originally started. This has been recently a new start again, a restart. Same fabric, so I'm going to need to rip out what I've already done, but I'm much happier. This is a 2/1 on a 14 count. I think we are now at 155 stitches because there was 55 and now there's 100 more, so that makes it 155. I'm not sure if I've shown this to you since then, but there we go. My ear. It was so good. Don't scratch it. Okay. And before anybody asks, I have not treated it with any kind of medication yet or anything. I haven't. I'm just waiting it out to see if it gets better, goes away, or gets worse, and then I'll look into treating it. But right now I've just had a shower to try and rinse it out. And okay, Sunflower 8. Sunflower 8 is going to be a long-term project because this is going to take me years. This is a full coverage Joy Sunday kit. Not sure if this is the original creator because I know Joy Sunday likes to take different projects from different people. So I have it. So I'm going to stitch it. It's not a stamped kit. This is just on the regular non-printed canvas, like a regular piece of Ada. It's a 14 count, I think, and it's been a while. That looks like I made a top line. But here we go. So this is the middle part. I started in the middle because I didn't want to mix up my fabric. So this is part of the middle of the sunflower. I started this with one of my friends on her birthday. She helped me a lot through the health ordeal that I did earlier this year. So as a kind of thank you, I bought her a chart, but I bought her the stamped chart because even though she stitches, it's been a while, so right now she's getting back into it and just doing all the stamp stuff, which is absolutely fine because, you know, stitching is stitching. And last thing, yeah, I'm gonna have to get multiple bags or something. This is all big stuff. Okay, last thing is the Moonshine Cabin, and the Moonshine Cabin is a kit. Was kitted up from Evertote back in, I'm just looking for the pattern, 2018. That's what this looks like. It is by, I can just read it if I wanted to, Modern Folk Embroidery. This was their first collaboration with Jacob, and I'm still working on it because, you know, Julie, I don't like to do things in regular time. I like to do things in my own time. So although I am halfway, I've done the first 2 pages, so we're getting there. And this is all for the Great Canadian Bake Off. This is what we're doing right now. So here we go. It's dark because it's on dark fabric, but I have the moon done, the tree done mostly, and now I'm working on one of the bottom pages. Bottom left, it seems. So that's progressing, even though it's been 7 years. That's progressing nicely. I'm glad I'm almost done filming, because I'm gonna have to do something with the ear again because it's bothering me. So that was what, like an hour and a bit. That's okay. I can deal with that. Alright. So, at least all of the big counting for this is out of the way. Those trees, that tree, that was no joke, man. No joke. And that is it for the actual stitching portion of the, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make one more. I'm going to go clean out my ear somehow. I'm going to figure out how to, because it's starting to, I don't know, do something. Anyway, put all of this in a bag that's going to fit in. I think I'm going to turn that color to gray, because I know it will fit in the gray bag. I don't think it's going to fit in that purple bag, so we'll see how that goes. And I will be right back, because I want to show you what I'm not working on, because this is a WIP parade. So what did not get called this round of game, I guess, because there's still lots more to see. Okay, I'll be right back.